Job trusts God. About the time that Abraham lived, there was a man named Job. He was a good person who was kind to others. Job also respected God and desired to obey Him rather than sin. Job had 7 sons and 3 daughters and loved each one of them very much. Job was a very rich person. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 oxen, and 500 donkeys. These animals helped him farm his land and trade his goods for other goods from faraway lands. Job also had many workers who took care of his animals and crops. Because of all his wealth, Job was the greatest person in his part of the world. Job's children enjoyed spending time together, so they would get together often to celebrate special days, like birthdays. Their celebrations involved big feasts and a good time together. Job wanted his children to honor God with their lives, so he would make a sacrifice to God the morning after the feasts, just in case one of his children had sinned. Job didn't want any sin to come between his children and God. One day, while the angels were presenting themselves to God, Satan came too. God asked Satan, "Where have you been?" Satan answered, "Traveling the earth back and forth." God said, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one like him on the earth, a man who treats others kindly, respects me, and hates evil." "Does Job fear you for nothing?" Satan replied. "Have you not kept bad things from happening to him, his family, and all his goods? You have blessed his hard work by allowing him to increase his possessions. Why wouldn't he obey you? But now, take away what he has and see how he reacts. I think he will curse you to your face." Then God said, "Okay, Satan, all that he has I will let you take from him. Only do not touch his body." Then Satan left to trouble Job. Later, a messenger came running up to Job and said, "The Sabaeans stole your oxen and donkeys and killed your servants. I'm the only one who escaped." Then another servant came to Job and said, "Lightning struck your sheep and the servants watching them, and I'm the only one who survived." Then yet another servant ran up and said, "3 raiding parties of Chaldeans stole your camels and killed your servants, and I'm the only one who escaped." Still another servant hurried up to Job and said, "A strong wind struck the house where your sons and daughters were feasting, killing them all. I'm the only one who survived." Then Job stood up, tore his robe, shaved his head, fell to the ground, and worshipped God. He said, "I didn't have anything when I came into this world, and I can't take anything with me when I die. The Lord gave me a lot, and the Lord has taken it away. But God is still good and right. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Job did not sin by blaming God for losing nearly all he had. Meanwhile, Satan came before God again. So God asked him, "Now where have you been?" Satan replied, "Traveling back and forth across the earth." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a kind and good person who respects me and hates evil? Did you notice Job trusted me even though he lost most of his goods and all his children?" Satan said, "A man would do anything to keep from dying. If you make Job sick, I know he will get mad at you and curse you to your face. The sickness will show that he does not really trust you." The Lord said, "Okay, you have my permission to make Job sick, but the sickness cannot be so bad that it kills him." So Satan left and made Job sick with painful sores over his whole body from head to toe. Job was in constant pain and misery. Nothing he could do made him feel better. Finally, Job went outside his city and sat on a pile of ashes to show how much sorrow he felt. There he picked up pieces of broken pottery to scrape his skin to try to stop the terrible itching he felt. Job's wife blamed God for her husband's problems. She came to Job and asked, "Do you still trust God? Curse him for allowing all these bad things to happen to you. and then die. Your life isn't worth living anymore." But Job said to his wife, "What you are telling me to do is foolish. Should we accept good things from God and not bad?" While Job sat on the ash pile scraping his sores, he did not say a single bad word against God. He believed that God is always good and always does what is right. We can trust God too. No matter what happens to us, God is always good.